a huge percentage of the profit, and he wasn't ready to embark again the second year. So what would you advise to sustain the day-to-day maintenance of the farm? That's that. Permit me to add one more question, please. Okay, please.
Okay, he asked 3 questions. Do you have them? He asked only 3. He wanted to go on the 4th one and asked him to hold on. Okay, you want him to mention the 4th one, please, so you can write it down. And then we know we are done.
Sustainability of farming.
All right, yeah.
Let me pick the first. So the first one, let's keep that, by the way. That's the GMO seeds. Planting in bags and pest handling. We must understand that each crop has got peculiar pests that infest them. For instance, in maize, it is this one in the last 7 or 8 years, armyworm. So when you plant vegetables, I did some at my backyard too. There's this vegetable, I don't know the English name, spinach, and the other one. One is shoko, the other is tete. One of the two is highly prone to insect infestation. Highly prone, I can't remember which. The one that is more expensive now. By the time I planted them beside each other on a plot, the pest that was not on that soil before came and affected them. So what you're going to do with such vegetables, ewedu jute also has its own pests and caterpillar. What you're going to do is crop rotation. By the time you plant this season, it takes about 40 days to begin to harvest or less, so let's say 2 months. By the time you plant and you harvest, don't use that same soil. Look for a distance and use another location to plant, so that if pests that would have been resident in the soil or in the atmosphere around the soil will not be able to travel as far as the other location. Now, after maybe the 4th diet, the fourth planting, you can return to that place. So that helps crop rotation to do that. Soil reusability, your soil can be used. However, do crop rotation. Because, like I said, each crop has attendant insect or pests that affect them. Sustainability of farming. When you want to do farming as a business, number one thing, in addition to knowledge, you must keep records. Most of us fail in farming because we don't keep records. We only consider the total inflow. We rarely calculate our profits. That's one. Another thing we don't calculate is labor for yourself as a staff. So if you are rearing 100 birds, poultry birds, do you factor in a pay for yourself? Most times we do not. And by the time we harvest and we sell, we see large sum of money and we think we have made profit. But do your basic calculation, transportation inclusive. And at the end of the harvest, 8 weeks for broilers, calculate your wages for 2 months. And you can know if you are making profits. So to sustain it, you need the records. It is the records that will be part of the proposal you will be tendering to would-be investors of donors. That's it. Your father pulled out because he wanted to be a man. I desire you would have braced up to take up the challenge, because you have started to garner the experience. You have started to make your own, compound your own feed. If you had continued, maybe by now you would have been able to produce your own antibiotics and vaccines. And that would save cost, and you can even patent it. So, agriculture is not do one batch and cash out. It is a lifelong career. That's why the title is saying career. So if you are picking it, pick it as a lifelong career that is adventurous. You will pick lessons from there, the good and the not too good. But that is what will make you become a professional. I can speak on this because I've done it this year, and I monitored it. I kept records. So whatever we do, let's add record keeping to it. On the GMO seeds, I've tried as much as possible not to talk about it. We have organic seeds, hybrid seeds, and GMO seeds. The organic seeds that we have here, how much of them have we exploited? Have we maximized? How much of its use? Before you now begin to borrow one technology developed in one climate that is not your own climate. Now, do you have the technical know-how on GMO seeds cultivation? At our level, I don't think we do. So if you have issues that bring skepticism and you want to do agriculture, why not leave the skepticism out and do what you are already familiar with? And by 2 to 5 years' time, if you hear testimonies or testimonials from people, you can now ask further questions and experiment with GMO. But for now, I think let's make do with what's available.
Any input from you?
Yes. I would just like to talk about the GMO because you said if we see a technology that can deliver the so-called promises from GMO, why not embrace it? One of the, I think 4 promises from GMO: increase yield, it is drought resistant, it is pest resistant. Then the 4th one, drought, pests, increase yield. Then it helps control, it contributes to climate change by reducing the CO2. Right? If I'm correct. Yes. Firstly, whether it is organic seed, hybrid seed, or GMO, the success depends on your gap, your good agricultural or agronomic practice. So there is no seed that guarantees increased yield. It depends on your agronomic practice. You plant hybrid. For example, hybrid maize, they will say between 6 to 7 tons per hectare. If your agronomic practice is not top-notch, you won't get even up to 1 ton. You understand? So it depends on your management. They said it is pest resistant. What is in that seed that will make pests not to attack it? Now, looking at, let's go back to the Bible. In the Bible days, how do they know what plants to eat and what plants not to eat? It is the one they see insects eat. That's what they consider for food. If you go through the Bible, that's how they identify what plants to eat. If insects cannot eat it, why should human eat it? That is for the pest resistant. They say it is drought tolerant. From our basic biology or agric science in school, your plant needs water. That's why we are talking about irrigation. The GMO they are talking about, if you plant it and they say it is drought resistant, if there's no water, it's going to fail. It's going to fail. They said it contributes, it helps solve the problem of climate change. It reduces CO2. If there's no CO2, your plants will become morbid. They will die. The plant needs CO2. We humans, we breathe in oxygen. We breathe out carbon dioxide. The plants take in oxygen, CO2, and give us oxygen. So which CO2 are they trying to reduce? So my conclusion is the CO2 they want to reduce is you and I. Because there's an agenda. No, it's true. There's an agenda for the population. There's an agenda for the population. And in the course of this training, that's why I say, you already said that it is controversial. There's no controversy there. It's just that our gatekeepers are not doing their work. That's the truth. They are not doing their work. The GMO we are talking about, they lied that it was in Zaria. It was not in Zaria. It was, I think they developed it in Kenya. Not by Kenyans, but the lab was in Kenya, not even in Nigeria. You understand? We have professors of plant breeding and seed technology in this country. Let them develop our own seed that we can go and hold them that, what you gave us is not good. This one, and don't forget, in Ghana, I have it is a law in Ghana. It's a law in Ghana, and they are going to pass it round. These GMO seeds are patented. As a farmer, I cannot share it with my neighbor. It becomes a crime. Go and study it. I said in the course of the presentation that we have been interfacing with government, and some agencies of the government. We've done it to National Assembly. You understand? We are going to see to the end of it. You understand? If it is good, and again, the experiences from South Africa, from Zimbabwe, from which other country, it is not palatable. It's not palatable. The European countries are banning it. We have about 26 countries that have banned GMOs. So why are we now embracing it? So in order not to cause further controversy, I will just advise that you do in-depth knowledge, in-depth research into GMO, if it is good or bad. That's what I would say. Thank you.
Okay. For me, the day has been so rewarding, so enriching. It's been very, very, very deep. At this point, I would like to say a very big thank you to Mr. Durojaiye Olusegun and Engineer Olajide Abel Adeboye. God bless you all richly. And to thank you all too. At this point, I'll call my colleague, Mrs. Olorontosi Taiwo, to help us to wrap up. Thank you.
We can do better. Please put your hands together. It's been so good. How many of you learned new things? New things. You know, last week I kept miracle leaves on my freezer and I traveled for 5 days. When I came back, it has sprouted. And I was wondering, you know, you just taught us about soilless farming. I said, but there was no soil, nothing. And I was so scared. I had to do video and start sharing. So it's so beautiful, you know, it's so beautiful to be in this field. And we are happy to have you. Please put your hands together for our facilitator. Wonderful, wonderful. Mr. Durojaiye has been with us since, I think that was July, that we trained the women. And I tell you, they are doing exploits. That is Bible language. They are doing a lot of great things now with what they've learned from him. And I want to believe that we're going to see the same or much more. Since we have more energy, right? We are vibrant and then we are smart and we're ready to go. This is not about cashing out now. Like you said, it's not quick money. But I tell you, it will stand the test of time. You know, we'll be able to feed ourselves, feed our families, and the nation at large. All right, so put your hands together for yourself. You've been here for about 4 hours, right? So, but don't worry. Before you leave, you'll be refreshed. Okay, so don't worry. You'll be compensated for, at least for that. No water, no food for 4 hours. All right, so 2 things I'm here to do, to thank them so much. Please put your hands together again. Thank you so much. Because here they are doing it for God. They are just here because of us. I would so much appreciate it. Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you so much. We're still going to call you. Because after now, I'd like to see those of us that are already into farming. You know, that's why Dr. kept saying those are serious. Even if it's 5 or 6, at least we can do some things together. And then those that are just, you know, they have made up their mind today that they're going to start something as soon as they get back home. Then we'll have another platform that can accommodate them so that we can just take, you know, a step at a time. Thank you so much. We want to say thank you to our founder, Apostle Folorunsho Alakija, that gave us this platform. Please put your hands together for her. This is a huge opportunity. You know, she's restless about seeing us grow and succeed. That's why you see us doing, you know, different things. We sit down as program team led by Dr. Bowie and begin to think, you know, not just for ourselves, but for everybody out there, for all of you. What is the new thing? Where are the opportunities? How can we do this? We thank God that we have this platform. Please put your hands together for our board. You met Mr. Andrew that gave us the welcome address. You know, they are doing a whole lot with us, and we can only pray that God will bless them. So quickly, we are going to have take pictures with our trainers, and then we can have ours, and then we'll wrap up this. Thank you so much. Please, can I have some? some volunteers to be part of this picture before we take everybody. Okay, please come. Don't just raise your hand. Just come. Just come. Just come. Especially those that ask questions. Where are they? You're here, right?
I think we did the photograph first for the media.
For the, okay,
Just us and the facilitators, and then maybe like two, okay, or three of you. So we'll take that one first.
So
for
we
the
need
media.
three
male, 3 female.
3 male, 3 female. So you can come back. Sorry, let me drop this.
Okay, we have 3 males here. Please, 3 females. And the male on this side. I know, can you excuse us? We already have 3 males here. We'll take another one. This one is just for the media. Are we okay? I think you should stay here, sir. Okay, you go there and then. Stay in the middle of the women. No, in the middle, yeah. Middle of the 2 women, please. You don't want to stay in the middle. Okay, so we just copy it. Come on. Thank you so much. Okay, so please let's have another set here. Then we can now take all of us. Just join, the more people can join. Then we'll take another set. Yeah. Will you take everybody? No. Okay, so we can just take one out and we'll take it another set. So he can move closer. Can you move?
This woman in black. It's not pushing. Or someone can stay behind.
Oh, behind. They have to be tall. We still have to come together.
Okay. Let's just,
Thank you, everybody. So please, let's have everybody. This one has three shows. Can I just away from this? Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is the first time now.
First time.
And we do it twice in a year. So do whatever you want to do. Let's just have it. And then you'll see it on our website. All right. Should we need to do something like this? Like where we are they don't want camera. They're camera shy. Are we ready? So we can't take all of these. There was one I had like that. So what do we do? Let's break it to back. So we should break from here. Yeah, maybe from here. And the band will always. So you can stand there. Stand there. Yeah. Those who are here. Okay. All right. Can we? Yeah. Thank you. So we can have the other set. If you're not tired, sir, you still stay with us to take the other one. All right. Yes, move it. Please come. So we're going to be giving out this tomato seed, I think, on your way out. For those that are strictly into farming, please.